Hey there, researchers! Welcome back to our channel, Anna PH. In today's content, we are going to talk about something that is very important when writing our research paper. That is finding credible sources. Well, we know for a fact that there are mountains and mountains of information online. Actually, we are aware how overwhelming it can be going through or looking through these loads of information. But, trust me, with the right tools and correct strategies, you will be able to find the most reliable and trustworthy sources for your paper. Kaya tara na, join me and let's discuss about how to find credible sources. But first things first, what makes a source credible? Paano nga ba natin malalaman na credible ang isang source? A credible source is a source that provides accurate, well-researched, and unbiased information. When we are writing our research paper, we want to make sure that our sources are trustworthy because this will shape the foundation of our argument. Now, question, where can we find reliable sources? Well, the answer? Academic databases. Academic databases are like treasure chests, full of reliable, peer-reviewed articles and studies. These are resources that universities and libraries commonly use, and they are great for finding articles written by experts in the field. Question: what are examples of these databases and search engines? Answer: here are a few of our top picks. First, of course, we have Google Scholar, which is a search engine specifically designed for finding scholarly literature such as academic articles, theses, books, and abstracts from various sources like academic publishers, professional societies, and online repositories. Another is JSTOR, short for Journal Storage, which is a digital library and database that provides access to a vast collection of academic journals, books, and primary sources, which are primarily in the humanities and social sciences field. We also have PubMed. This naman is good for science and medical topics. And then, of course, another top pick is the ERIC, for education-related research. Now, these databases give us access to good quality academic papers, journal articles, and research studies. And you know what? The best part? Most of the sources here are peer-reviewed, meaning they have been checked and approved by experts in the field. So, ayan. Ngayon, alam na natin kung saan hahanap ng credible sources. At this point, pag-usapan naman natin paano or how are we going to search for credible sources effectively. Remember, ka-researcher, when searching in academic databases or even in search engine like Google Scholar, using the right keyword is the key. So let us say we are writing about the effects of social media on senior high school students. So dito, we'll want to use specific search terms like social media impact on adolescents o kaya naman teenagers or senior high school students and social media studies. So dapat we should avoid vague or unclear searches like social media lang, teenagers, Kasi we will end up with too much irrelevant information. So remember, the more specific, the better. Once we find our sources, the next step is evaluate and make sure these sources are credible. Now, here are a few simple tips that can help us determine if a source is credible. Yes, these are the things that we should consider in order to identify if a source is credible or not. 1 is authorship. 2, publication date. 3, publisher. 4, citations. And 5, bias. Now, in terms of authorship, we should answer the question, who wrote the article? Is the author an expert in the field? So dito, we should look for their qualifications or affiliations. Now, sa publication date naman, we should ask the question, is the source up to date? Kasi we know for a fact that in fast-changing fields, information can quickly become outdated. Now, let us also evaluate the publisher. Where was the article published? Scholarly journals kasi and university presses are usually trustworthy. So watch out for websites that end in .com o kaya naman .org unless they are affiliated with a reputable organization. Now, for citations, we should answer the question, does the source cite other credible sources? Kasi, di ba, a good article will back up its claims with references to research and studies. And for biased, we should ask the question, is the article balanced or does it seem one-sided? Let us be wary of sources that seem overly biased or like trying to sell us something. Ka-researcher, by keeping these criteria in our mind, we can easily filter out unreliable sources and focus more on those that can really strengthen our paper. Pero ano naman yung mga examples ng sources na dapat nating i-avoid? Here are red flags when choosing a source. 1, Wikipedia. 2, random blogs and forums. And 3, unpublished work. While Wikipedia is a great starting point, Wikipedia is not always reliable because anyone can edit the entries there. So we can use this for general understanding, but let us not cite it as a primary source. Now, in terms of random blogs or forums, ito kasi they are just full of opinions. They are not always factual information. So let us stick to the sources that have been reviewed, gaya ng sabi natin kanina, and fact-checked by experts. Now, another is unpublished work. So of course, we should be careful of using work that has not been peer-reviewed or published in a credible journal. Remember, if the source seems sketchy or untrustworthy, then that is probably not credible. So let us avoid it. So there you go. Finding credible sources is not difficult at all. All we have to do is to know where to look, how to search, and how to evaluate them critically. And ka-researcher, if you find this video helpful, make sure to give me a thumbs up. Doon naman sa mga hindi pa natin subscriber, subscribe ka na para sa iba pang mga research tips and useful contents. By the way, if you have questions or comments, do not forget to drop them here. And doon naman sa iba, no, you can share to me how you find your sources for your research paper. Until next time, ka-researcher, I will see you in our next video. Happy researching!